What's going on, guys? Daybreak748 coming back at you guys with another video. And today is the long-awaited day for some Pokemon content. Yes! I told you this day was coming, and here it is. Now, wait. Give me a second, guys. Some of you guys are about to click off on this video, and I get it. It's fine. But hear me out. If you guys grew up in the 90s, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about Daybreak748, then maybe this might be the video for you. If you want to just have it in the background playing and you just learn more about me, that's golden. Try it. If you don't like it, then you can move on. All right? So the way this series is going to work is as follows. I'm going to showcase showcase a card or a set of cards, and I'm gonna tell you guys why I picked up this particular card. Now, none of these cards are for sale at all. I picked these up because they hold a near and dear memory that I just kind of put off to the side and kind of forgot about. And then when I started collecting this again, it just kind of opened up that floodgate. And now having these cards in hand, I appreciate them so much more because of those fond memories. So let's do this. Here we go. Today, we're going to be looking at Birthday Pikachu. Now this is the 2001 release of this particular card. It's the Black Star promo. And it is a PSA 9. I really wish I could have gotten this in a PSA 10, but those go for crazy money. And unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money to spend. So PSA 9 will do it for me for now. But yeah, the story behind this card is as follows. Me growing up in the 90s, Pokemon was literally everywhere. And we had the red and blue versions come out. We had the Pokemon cards, the movies were coming out, and it was just blowing up everywhere. Now, unfortunately, at the time, my parents, first generation here, were very poor. We lived in an apartment for most of my life. And I just remember my parents always working. Every moment they were always working. And it makes sense because they didn't know the language. They were just doing odd jobs here and there. And yeah, it was them trying to feed and support our family. So my brother and I were always home by ourselves. My mom would always have food made the night before, and then she would tell me what to do, and I would just microwave them, and boom, that was our breakfast, lunch, dinner. And it's sad if you think about it. As a kid who's like 5 years old, 6 years old, living in that kind of atmosphere. I mean, these days, DIFUS would be called and it would be a disaster. But my parents did everything that they could possibly do to support our family. And like, I think that's the reason why I have a pretty good relationship with my parents these days, because I know the hardships that they went through. Because as a parent now, it's hard. There's just a lot of money going out, and especially if you want to have some money for yourself to spend on yourself so you could just kind of relax, yeah, you're gonna need multiple jobs unless you're a millionaire. So going back to this story, my parents, being very not well off, very poor, they couldn't get us a lot of things. Now, don't get me wrong, during our birthdays or Christmas, stuff like that, they made sure to make us have those special moments as kids where you see it on like America's funniest videos or like cute videos, whatever, where you see the kids ripping up their their Christmas presents and their faces lighting up. Yeah, they made sure they did whatever they possibly could financially within their range, of course. And I remember one of my birthdays at the time when I was very young, I was really obviously into Pokemon because Pokemon was the end all be all. It was just everywhere. And because of that, my dad, he came home after work one day. It was really late. And then the next day was my birthday. So he was like, Phil, what do you want for your birthday? And for a person who didn't really have many Pokemon cards, I was like, I definitely want Pokemon cards. My dad, being the Asian parent that he is, was not very fond of me wanting Pokemon cards, but as a loving dad, he was like, fine. So the next day, I remember so clearly, we walked to the card store or comic book store, and I went in, and they have that big display cabinet. They have all the packs, and I was originally just planning to buy a booster pack of whatever. So it might have been base set, fossil, jungle, whatever. But in the display cabinet, I saw this card, but it was the Japanese version of this card. And obviously, it was my birthday. So I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, I really want this card. It was Japanese, and the owner of the store was like, yeah, you put your name here on that line provided, and you could call it Phil's Pikachu. And I was like, that is awesome. And so my dad, I didn't even tell him I wanted it, but because it was a little pricey. A booster pack back in the day was like $3. Oh, I guess it's still like around $3, but yeah, it was like $2 to $3. And this card was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like $8, $9. And I remember my dad saying I could only pick one item. So, I knew as a young child or the financial situation of our parents. So I wanted this card, but it was a little too much. In my head, I was like, this is too much. So I didn't ask my dad for it. I was just kind of googly-eyed over this. My dad was hovering behind me, and he obviously saw that I was really infatuated with this card. And so he was like, hey, we'll take this. And at first, I was kind of blown back because I was like, no, we don't, I could just get a pack. But he was like, no, I want to get you this card. So the store owner took out the card, and he was like, do you want to write your name on it? And I remember crystal clearly that it was a red Sharpie, I think it was, and I wrote my name on it. And I don't know, the feeling that I had that day was just amazing. I was so happy, and we were walking back home, and I just kept looking at that card. And there's a picture of me with the actual card, and it's all beat up, but that card I freaking loved. So that's the reason why this year I started collecting these cards again in January 2020. So this was one of the first cards that I picked up, and it was because of that very memory that I had with my father, who, like I said, was always working, so I never really got to talk to him or see him, etc. But because of that fond memory, like, I will never ever forget about this card, and that perfect, I guess, picture perfect moment that I had in my life. So there you go. So hopefully, guys, you guys enjoyed this story time of Daybreak 748's, I guess, childhood. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have a card like that in your, I guess, possession, where it means everything to you, or a very big part of you. So with that said, if you guys liked what you saw, please leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button / notification bell. And yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to stop by and watch this video. And until next time, this is Daybreak 748, and I am signing out. Peace.